What's going on, everybody? Y'all already know the vibes. You already know what I'm gonna do. It is the stage for CDL pickums. I know in the last video, guys, I kind of just gave you my thoughts on some of the matchups and who I thought were the favorites. But we're gonna get more specific. We're gonna try and get a perfect CDL pickums, a perfect bracket, I guess, to be more specific. And starting off with the very first round, we already know the news. The unfortunate news that Asim couldn't get his visa situated, so he will not be in attendance, which sucks because Asim's been lights out for NYSL all year. And on top of that, really, he's just been so impactful for this NYSL team. I know they picked up Decimate, who is another very solid player, but he's not Asim. And this would have been so easy. This would have been so easy, guys, if Asim was playing. I would have NYSL, keep it moving, done and dusted, not even worried about it. But with him being out, I believe this series is up in the air. A lot of people are going to realize how impactful and how important Asim was or is to this Subliners team. Now, with that said, I still think NYSL, even with Decimate, is a better team. They've been better all year. They still have the core three players. I don't know. I have a feeling that we're going to see some struggles out of NYSL early. And I think it's just because not only do they not have Asim, but they really just haven't been able to practice. They're going to have the least amount of practice as a team out of every single team that is competing at this major. So I have Minnesota winning this series 3-2. I do. It's going to be an upset. I like the guys on NYSL, like the guys on Minnesota. So it's not like I want one team to win more than the other, but I think NYSL is just they're gonna start out a little slow, man, and they're gonna struggle, unfortunately. But then that means that Minnesota Rocker will be the first team to advance into winners round 2, and they will be going up against FaZe on Friday. But we still have more matches on Thursday. Okay, guys. Second series of the day. Well, actually, I'm starting from winners bracket. Okay, there's gonna be series before this, the elimination round 1, but second series of the winners bracket, I guess I should say. We have Optic versus Empire. Gotta think Optic's gonna win this. I'm gonna go 3-1. I think Optic's been the better team. Empire has looked better as of late with Vivid. They did do enough to secure a winners bracket spot in the major, but I think when you look at the teams on paper, Optic clearly it has the advantage when it comes to talent. Think they've been playing the game better as a team, especially when it comes to going up against teams not named Atlanta FaZe or New York Subliners or Toronto Ultra. So I'm confident. But we have the other Thursday matches, guys. Losers round 1, LA Thieves versus LA Gorillas. Neither team looked good at all. I think the Thieves have looked slightly better than the Gorillas, but that's not saying much, right? I think the Gorillas won 3 maps in all of stage 4, and I don't think it's going to change at the LAN. I do have confidence in LA Thieves in this first series, even though they haven't looked good. They're better than LAG. They are. So I have a 3-1. I think Gorillas will take 1 map off of them. And it could be a close series when we talk about the games individually. But I do think LAT will close it out 3-1. And then we have London Royal Ravens versus the Seattle Surge. I feel like you have to give the experience, okay? You look at the side of Seattle Surge, okay? I just said okay twice, now 3 times in like 2 seconds. But they have Octane. They have Gunless. They have Pristini. They have Classic. All proven winners. They have players who have won MVPs on their team. They know. Okay, they've been here before. This is nothing new to them. They've all had success in the past. And then on the side of London, guys, you have Paul X, you have Afro, Shawnee, and Alex. Now, Shawnee and Alex have a little bit of experience. The 2 new guys, they don't have the same amount of LAN experience in the professional scene. I actually don't know if Afro has ever competed at an event. He could. Same with Paul X. I don't know if they competed. They definitely, didn't compete at the pro level though, which definitely I don't know if Afro and Paul X competed on LAN at all, you know, like in an actual Call of Duty event, not a local LAN. But even if they did, they most definitely have never competed in the pro level. And I think they might get, you know, I might get a little the jitters. First series, have some jitters, not know what to expect. I think Seattle's going to come out. I do think they're going to win this series. I'm going to go, this is going to be my hot take. I'm going to go 3-0. I'm going to go 3-0. Out of all the series, of course, it makes no sense that I would have Seattle Surge being the only 3-0 series. But I do think Seattle Surge has potential. And then we have LAT going up against Florida Mutineers. Both of those matches are on Friday. And then we get to the juicy matches. The winners round 2. The Atlanta FaZe versus Minnesota Rocker. Toronto Ultra versus Chicago Optic. But we're going to go ahead, scroll back down. Sorry, I know I'm a little bit everywhere. It's late. Okay, guys, I had a long day, but I want to get this video out before the matches start, before the major starts. So Florida Mutineers versus LAT. But just going off of everything I have, they don't nearly look as good as Florida. Not even close. And even though it is going to LAN, Florida have players that have competed and have had success. They have experience on LAN. So it's not like this Florida team is coming in and they're just a bunch of rookies that have never stepped foot. Besides Awakening. I think this is Awakening's first LAN. He maybe competed in Black Ops 4 Champs. I don't know. I want to give it to LAT. But you know what? Maybe I need to try something new. Because every time I gas a team up, every time I gas the Thieves up, every time I gas the Sixers up, they always fucking crumble. So I'm going to go ahead and say Florida wins this series 3-1. Unfortunately, that means LA Thieves would be eliminated in round 2. And the Mutineers would be moving on to losers round 3, where they will go up against NYSL. And then the other losers round 2 matchup, guys, Paris Legion versus Seattle Surge. This one, I think, could be very interesting because I think Paris has looked like the better team. Everyone on Paris besides Zap have experience at the pro level. I know Zap was in the pro league for a little bit, I believe, in Black Ops 4, but he really hasn't. He really didn't do anything, I guess you could say. But you look at Aqua, you look at Scraps, you look at Temp, they've all had success. They look really solid, man. Like, they definitely have been playing well as of late. Oh, my God. This is a tough one. You know what? I got Paris 3-0. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. I'm putting all the faith in my boy Down Buckets, in Matty Marshall. I hope Zap has a great series. It's tough. Once again, I like players on both teams, man. Wow. The winners round 2 matches will be on Friday. Atlanta FaZe versus Minnesota Rocker. 3-0 Atlanta FaZe. Best team in the game. They've been the best team in the game. They've been a part of every final so far. They have 2 first places and a second place in the majors. And I don't see it changing here. I would have loved to see an NYSL FaZe round 2 with ASIM. But unfortunately, we don't get to have that as fans. And while I think Minnesota is solid, they're clearly not even close to the same level as FaZe. I think the only way FaZe lose this series, they would have to have a monumental breakdown. Like, they would have to really throw it away. And then the other match, guys, Toronto Ultra versus Chicago Optic. I think this series could be very close. I don't think Toronto's gonna just get worse on LAN, and I don't think Optic's gonna get so much better on LAN compared to LAN. I really don't. Okay, it's different from years ago, guys, where how much of a difference there was from online to LAN. Now, majority of the players all live in the same spot. Servers, there's a lot of other factors that go into it. And while I wouldn't argue if you guys thought Optic would win this series, because I think it's possible, I think when you look at Toronto, they have a win. Okay, they won a major. They lost the first series this major in stage 4 to Florida 3-2, and then they didn't lose a map in their next 4 series. You have to have them as the favorites, and I personally think Toronto will win this series. I think it'll be 3-2 though. I think it'll be 3-2. It'll be very close going into that game 5 S&D, but I think Toronto just clutch up and they move on and they go up against FaZe in the winners bracket finals, I believe. But now getting into the deeper part of the bracket, guys. NYSL going up against Florida Mutineers. Do Florida have enough? Do Florida have enough to do it even with ASIM out? I do believe so. I think they have enough. I'm rooting for Florida. I am. Sorry, Clay, if you ever come across this video. It's nothing personal. I just think you, as well as I know, when you have this last second roster adjustment, you don't have time to practice. It just becomes difficult, man. And it's so unfortunate because NYSL is a top team in the game. But I have Florida winning the NYSL series 3-1, which means subliners will be out and lose round 3, in my opinion. And then we have Dallas Empire versus the Paris Legion. The winner of that series will go up against the Minnesota Rocker in losers round 4. Dude, you want to know why this is tough, guys? I just realized, even though I don't think there's going to be that much of a difference, going back to LAN, just like being there, right? You're not playing from your house, okay, or from your studio, like wherever these guys are playing, where you're comfortable, you got the chair you like, your desk is set to the perfect height. You know what I'm saying? You're comfortable. You go to the event and everything's a little different at your setup. You know, you're outside of the crib, outside of the studio, whatever the case may be. And thinking back on it, I think Shotzi's unbelievable. I know in the beginning of MW, when he was playing on LAN, he wasn't doing that hot. Same with Illy. Vivid, haven't seen him play on LAN, I don't think. But there's just a lot of question marks for this Dallas Empire team. And I'm riding the Paris Legion train. I am. I really hope. I want to see them do well. Empire has looked a lot better, like I said. But this just becomes tough, guys. And my pickums might be absolutely chalked. But this is probably going to be the hardest one out of them all, just because this is the first LAN. I don't know. Besides a couple teams, there's a lot of question marks here. And I'm just excited to watch. But I'm going to make it a little spicy, okay? So I got Paris Legion upsetting, if you want to call it an upset, the Dallas Empire, and moving on to losers round 4, going up against Minnesota Rocker. We're going to go ahead and predict the winners finals first. FaZe versus Toronto. FaZe 3-0. Just like that. I'm not even wasting any time talking about the series. No disrespect to Toronto. Great team. I just think FaZe kind of are playing like they have a chip on their shoulder. I really do think so. I will say this. Even though I'm predicting a 3-0 here, I think the maps will be like competitive, you know. But I do think FaZe will take all 3. That means that the Toronto Ultra will be in the losers finals. FaZe will be waiting in the finals. But we still got some good matches. We got Chicago Optic versus Florida Mutineers. I think Optic will take this series. I'm excited. Once again, Optic has been very good versus every team besides the top 3. And I don't see that changing. I have them beating Florida Mutineers 3-1. Maybe even a 3-0, but I'm going to go 3-1. At the end of the day, if I don't get the map count exactly right, if the team wins, I'm counting that as a win. But I'll be honest, looking at my CDL bracket, if this ends up hitting, I gotta go to get lottery numbers, because this is the hardest thing I've done when it comes to predicting. And I'm either going to look like a genius, or y'all are going to roast the shit out of me, and it'll be well deserved. But anyways, then the other loser round 4 match, guys, we have Minnesota Rocker going up against Paris Legion. I do have Minnesota squeaking out a 3-2 victory. I want to support Paris, and I want them to make a deep run. But I think Minnesota clutches up when they need to. You know, I think they, I guess in a way, got blessed with the NYSL, and I have them upsetting them, and it kind of, you know, moves them a little bit further along the bracket. And with my prediction, I have them going up against Paris, which I think that they can definitely take it home. Both of these teams are going to be very close, but I got to give Minnesota the edge here. So then that means on Sunday, losers round 5, to get into the losers finals, we have Chicago Optic versus the Minnesota Rocker. And I get cooked. People think I'm an Optic hater. I know. But once again, I think Optic make a run. I think they advance. I'm going to say 3-0. I think they're going to 3-0 Minnesota. Don't think they're going to struggle with them. They will be going into losers final versus Toronto. And this is where my predictions get juicy. Okay. Toronto Ultra. I had them beating Optic 3-2 in the winners bracket. Matching up again in the losers bracket. Does Optic do it? Do they do it? I think Optic gains some steam, some momentum after beating Minnesota. And while I think so far this year, Toronto has by far been the better team than Optic. I don't care, online, LAN, whatever. They've been by far the better team. I think Optic, they just ride their momentum, have an absolutely phenomenal series, and they get 2 maps, but they lose 3-2 to Toronto Ultra again, making it Atlanta FaZe versus Toronto Ultra in the finals of the major. Wow. Y'all weren't expecting that, where you look, it's late. Okay, I'm kind of delusional. Atlanta FaZe, Toronto Ultra, best of 9. Who wins the major? I think FaZe is here to make a statement. I've said that all video long. I truly think that's what's going to happen. And I think FaZe will win this series 5-3. They want revenge, because even though they lost stage 2, they lost the second major to Toronto, and then they went on and they won the third one. They didn't play Toronto in the finals. Okay, they played NYSL. FaZe wants revenge on Toronto. I think they've improved, which is crazy when you think about it, because I think they've been the best team all year, but they've still improved as time went on. And I think they're going to show it. I have Atlanta FaZe winning the first LAN major, stage 4 major. And I think it's going to be 5-3. I think it's going to be 5-3. I think FaZe and Toronto are by far the 2 best teams this year. And I don't know how they wouldn't be in the finals. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all know the YouTube thing. It helps me out a lot. I know it's corny to say, but it truly does. We hit 28,000 subs. So we are, at this point, a little less than 2,000 subs away from 30. But I really do appreciate the grind, man. So grateful. And until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, stay hydrated if you want. You know, if you don't want to, that's your choice. But being dehydrated really sucks. And I'm going to see y'all when I see y'all. Deuces.